Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Walker Bee Ranch. I'm excited this morning. Got Rickey Roark coming out. I'm going to try to feed these animals. He should be here probably in the next 30 minutes. Going to feed these animals, get a couple queen cages ready so we can catch some queens. And got the ducks and chickens and everybody waiting to be fed. So, going to knock that out real quick. Porky's still sleeping, and we'll get right back to it. Look, Rickey Roark is like Castle Hives, wearing shorts to the bee yard.
Yeah, but Mr. Roark's a little...
He's
bring his britches if he needs them.
He's allergic. He's a daredevil beekeeper. And I got my nephew Michael. You know, got Rickey a couple queens.
Yep.
And you know, we did the search and rescue of the queens and catching them and everything else. So now we're gonna look at a couple of these, well, I call them super nukes, but you know, the big colonies I got over here, Demaray and the other ones. So we're gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna let my nephew Michael record so we can see what's going on. Patty or something under it.
Right.
Look, got bees in the lid. There won't be any queen up there because there's a queen excluder down here. But they're gonna be flying. Mike,
Look at that.
sting in your glove.
Yep.
Yep.
Got
So
black gloves, man.
I would step over here because when I put stuff here, they're gonna go right here, and it's gonna probably get pretty crazy here in a second. And so this was the original brood chamber here. That was a 5-frame nuke,
Right.
about a month ago, a month and a half maybe.
Yeah, this thing for a nuke is just killer, man. Daily to the bees.
And so you can see all of these black plastic frames were frames that I put in. And that's the inside of the inner cover, which I've never, ow, and they're getting me, look at that.
You got popped again already?
They love me.
You use any smoke?
Very rarely do I use smoke. I don't know why. It could be the red shirt.
Seems like they're kind of pissed
That
off.
one actually does.
That stings a little bit, huh?
That one did sting a little bit. She got it in.
She dug that in deep.
But this one, the other day, had 8 frames of brood in it.
Wow.
Yeah, we might have to go. They're heating up. Might have to fire the old smoker up. Yeah, go ahead and turn it off. I'll light the smoke.
Always. Your whole body will be on fire if you're not careful. Now, how many things did you take the other day? Was it 100 or more?
Yeah, over 100.
Damn, dude.
I felt like I needed to go.
Oh, I bet. So how was you the next morning after all that got done?
Oh, I Benadrylled up real heavily.
Right.
And other than like some soreness in like my ankles and joints, I was all right.
Right.
Come on. About 3 years this thing will get lit good.
I don't think I know, Bob. How long have you been keeping bees for?
It's my 3rd year.
Just your 3rd year, man. You're rocking for your 3rd year.
Well, this is what I do now,
Right.
you know, so just trying to make it like everybody else, try to make a little bit of money and
Yeah, right.
do something I like to do. If I could get some, my son and my nephew a little bit more into it,
Right.
I could do more, make more, and try to, you know, do something with it.
Well, that's the thing. You know, I've got all kinds of animals and sheep, goats, chickens, rabbits,
Right.
and the only thing that's really going to make me any money, it looks like, is the bees. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's such a niche
Yeah.
that people, it's not like you're just going down to tractor. Yeah, you know, when you don't let them that often,
Yeah.
these bigger ones, I mean, nothing I can do but let them hatch out.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about the bigger hives is it's, you know, there's so much to go through. That one hive like this takes a long time to work. It does for me as a backyard beekeeper, you know.
Well, I find myself still mesmerized. So, like right now, I'll end up going through, you know, and hopefully this smoker stays lit. So this frame obviously was the newest one, right? That's
Right.
the one that I moved up. These were all brood, and we're gonna see that that they should be hatching out, and then oh yeah, it's honey.
Yeah, they're back.
And they should start backfilling. But you can see they've got the cap ring on there, right? And they're starting to backfill that nicely. That might be why they were upset too, because they're honey, right?
Yep.
So typically there should be really no, I mean, just maybe a few little bits of cap brood left, like this one.
Yeah, just a little bit left in that frame.
Because it's been almost 3 weeks, and if I don't smash all the honey open on this other hive over here and get us really tore up. But yeah, there should be nothing in here but backfilling going on, and that was kind of the whole goal of this, was to give the queen somewhere to lay, because she couldn't lay because all of these frames, you can see where the brood's hatched out, right? So all of these frames were, check that one out, Ricky. So you see they've got pollen in there. They've got a little bit of cap brood on this side still.
Yeah, they're really cleaning this out good. You see some nectar, some shiny nectar maybe with the camera if it gets the light. Yeah.
And this was the new frame that I put in there when I moved the one frame down to the bottom brood box.
Right.
Now, see, this is what I got to look at every time you come in here. Obviously, there's no queen, no eggs up here, but they have a tendency that when you go ahead and make this split, because the queen's down so far below her,
Right.
they're gonna make these queen
cups.
cells,
Yeah.
queen cups. So, you know, the last couple weeks I've come through and broke them all down. So anything that's up here, there's no eggs in it.
No.
It's just practice cups, but I don't like them to get any crazy ideas. All right, so that one actually goes in next. And what really amazes me is, here we go.
Starting up.
You thought you were, look, a smoker. I've got one. I tried, the thing gonna go out on me probably. Which surprised
I talked Lee into the smoker, just so y'all know. He's like,
Bob,
"I don't
Lee's
need one."
in Louisiana.
I mean, yeah, Lee, I talked him into using the smoker, just so you know.
I said, all right.
He gave in to me.
Look at that. How do they get? That's just charred or empty queen cups. But again, you see there's brood on like every frame.
Right.
Which whole reason. So I can tell you that actually was a little wet.
Some jelly in it?
Yeah, but there's no eggs up here. Unless she somehow got very narrow and went through the excluder.
She's may skinnied up on it.
And I'm just gonna.
I didn't see no eggs in that last frame that I had in my hands.
Yeah, there shouldn't be anything in here. Just old comb, and you can see most of this brood frame has hatched out. And that's going to be, I mean, I can already tell you that it's going to be the same way all the way down. Mm-hmm. This one's still got a bunch on it though. Yeah. So, I mean, she's a good queen.
Nice pattern on there.
What's the other side look like? So I don't have to flip around.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Same thing?
Yeah.
All right, so this one went in first.
So Bob, what got you in the decided, hey man, I want to do honeybees? I mean, what drove you in?
I think it was temporary insanity. No, I actually had been looking at doing it for a few years, but I couldn't. I didn't feel like I could do it in the subdivision I was living in.
Okay, I got you.
Before. And then when my mom got sick and we were coming back here, well, you know, all of a sudden I had some land I could use.
Right.
And pretty empty.
Yeah, it's pretty empty, and again, there's some nectar on that side. You can see it, maybe if the light hits it just right.
We got any cups in there?
Did not see cups on this frame. Oh yeah, it is one right here on the bottom.
Is there one?
Yeah, a couple of them up there.
One. And where's the other one? There's there.
I don't think there was anything on the other side.
And I'm pretty sure you can see how they're clustering down here at the bottom. Right here. Trying to. They think they're gonna try to swarm. Ain't happening. So that, I mean, this is really all you're doing with the Demarest is what you're using first, right? Yep. And that's all we're doing is basically managing the queen cells to make sure that they're not going to swarm. Now, the last Demarest, that one with the blue box over there that I did, what I was doing is I was robbing these brood frames out and putting them in other colonies. So that colony's not as strong as this colony because I just kept stealing all their resources. Right. And not that the Demarest process didn't work or that it, you know, or something like that, but you know, it's because of me, not because of the process. And queen cells, instead of crushing the queen cells,
right,
I was actually cutting them out and stuff and moving them, you know, trying to make splits.
Right.
So this is pretty much just honey and nectar and food. And you can see they've started drawing this backside comb up.
Yeah, it looks real good.
And then the outside is just food. So we're just gonna slide this back together and actually go to what we want to see, which is the brood chamber. Now, so as the brood hatches up top, what's going to happen? Well, first of all, I couldn't. Oh, right on my shoulder.
Oh yeah, get a little hot again on you.
Man, right in the top of my shoulder, even.
Right into the bone, right?
And is there even smoke coming?
Not really. I don't think so.
All right, well, this is how Bob gets stung. This is how we film a viral video. Let Bob get tore up.
Could you light a cigarette and like, would that smoke?
Yeah, I'm not taking a veil off to smoke though.
But I mean, like,
Come on, Bob, let's see it.
would it have the same?
Viral, right? Let's see it.
Would it have the same effect though? Like if you?
Box.
It's heavy, man.
All right, so that's probably at least 50, 60 pounds right there.
That'd break my back in half.
So we couldn't get bees down into these to come up from the original brood box up because there was so much brood down there. And now this was, I didn't have much hope for this. didn't have much hope for this old foundation. So I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know what to expect in this one, this super, just because it was, well, they're working it a little bit. I mean, it is not crazy drawn out, but it is, you know, they're trying. Now, that's acorn foundation. I don't know why I have a habit of, I don't know if it's the country in me saying egg corn and it's acorn.
Well, Bob, I'm a hillbilly, so you talking about talking funny? No, I really do that, man. So.
Or library and library.
Yeah. Instead of saying chimney, I say chimney.
Chimney?
Yeah, chimney. You know, so it's totally wrong.
So these are all in the last little bit. They've just started working with these hatched out bees. And the population, because of all the brood, is just exploding.
Yeah.
And this is not going to be too exciting right here because it's over a queen excluder. I just want to check one of the middle frames and piss them off really good, like that, so they get me right to my forearm. But you know, this was totally undrawn box here.
Yeah, and they're really drawing that out nicely right there.
And they're putting pollen.
Yep.
So they're working on it. I mean, for a brand new colony,
it's doing really good.
I think it is. This is the one we're going to move to your house.
I think he's shaking his head no there.
He hadn't taken a sting yet.
No, he ain't taking one yet.
We ain't even broke him in good yet.
No, that's true.
What in the world's going on? Alright, so new mistake. There you go. Catch that mistake on right here. Catch that on
Bob's showing us all what not to do.
So I set it across, but evidently I didn't set it all the way on there, and it pushed all the frames out. So, okay. Now this is where, obviously, oh God, oh.
You hammering, man.
The death of Walker Bee Ranch.
Ass out of me now, son. All right, let me take a walk away.
He's taking the walk of shame, folks.
I'm sure they didn't like the slam down on top of them just a second ago.
Yeah, she didn't like that too much, did they? That's right. Lee, man, I hate you're missing this because I'm kind of enjoying watching Bob get lit up over here, and it's live entertainment, man.
We should have just did it live. All right, so we'll take the last couple stings and get the hell out of here. So this is just an empty frame that they really haven't started on. But keep in mind, this was only one frame of drawn.
Really?
Yeah, it was just one frame of brood and the rest was empty. So we're just gonna quickly run through here. And you know, they're just kind of, it's empty, so I can just slide it out. But this is the third frame in now, and we're starting to get some comb action.
Yep.
So I just glanced for the queen on these outside frames, but I'm not too concerned. But all these were brand new. So they're drawing them. Let's see the backside. Drawing it out. Look at all the larvae in the bottom.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, she's doing good.
So we got all that we had up top that hatched out, 8 frames. We got the one frame that was down here that should be mostly hatched out, plus the new stuff she's drawn out. So she hadn't really stopped.
No.
Like if that box was full, they would have wanted to swarm.
Yeah.
And now we just bought some time and got a buttload of bees. Look at that.
Wow. That's gorgeous, man.
Propolis. And she's even got this laid up right here. where there's like room.
Yeah, next frame one looks good too.
Does it?
Oh, yeah.
Both sides of this thing. Look at
It
that.
looks great.
Just a couple drones, and kind of just look for some like queen cups and stuff when I'm going through, because sometimes they still will go ballistic. This is the only thing about this process is just what you're seeing is the amount of bees that are flying constantly. She's unmarked, but she's got this laid up too, all the way to the edge. Look, Ricky.
Oh yeah.
All the way up here to the edge.
Yeah. I mean, always all the way up into the corner there almost. Yeah.
So now, what they're in their mind, they're saying, "Mama don't have room. We need to get this comb drawn out."
Yeah.
So the first two didn't have any comb on it. Those three had comb on it. So that's 4 with brute or with comb that they've drawn out,
And got capped.
and 1 that just stung me in my forearm. And capped, right?
Yeah, and capped. Shows you how hard she's working right now.
Wish all my queens would be like this.
Look at that pattern. That's cool.
And again, I don't really, if I see that, I mean, I see, honestly, if we weren't doing a video, I would have seen that, the proof, and I'd been like, yep, she's in here.
Yeah, and you wouldn't even.
And I would have just closed it back up, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
because we're videoing, for you fine people, I will take the stings.
Well, I gotta say, Bob, I'm glad you're taking them and I'm not.
Yeah, they're getting me on my forearms right over here. See
Yeah, I
that?
see that. Just camera in on you.
Lady, oh, she's pumping that stuff in there too. She's like, take that, boy. And they're drawing this up. So,
The next frame over is getting
son
all
of a
the.
bun. Yeah, we got to get out of here. We're getting out of this one. They're not too happy right now. But these are empty on the outside as well.
Yeah.
So we're just going to slide this all back together. This one is a bit feisty,
Yeah, it's got some heat.
that's a new development. They really ain't been that way too bad. And then we're just going to slap them back together. We'll put this, the worst part, putting this, push them out the colony and get them nice and flighty. And you know, the wood chips always stick to the box. Why are they liking my shoulder? What the hell? It's like, hey, that looks like a bony spot.
Now your top box now that's kind of most of your broods out of it. Are you going to use that on another colony, or are you just going to let them fill that full of honey?
I'm gonna let them fill it full of honey this time of year. And then what'll happen is there'll be so many bees in this at the end of the season, I'm gonna have to make a split on it anyway.
Right.
But
Yeah.
there'll be so much population in this colony.
Yeah, it's going to be an easy split for you, that's for sure.
Easy. All right. How many? If you was betting, how many bees you say is in this colony?
I was thinking the same thing. You know, how many bees?
100,000.
Oh yeah, I'd say so for sure. I mean, this is what you want this time of year. This is going to bring you the honey that you want. I mean, it's going to go very quickly.
It's gonna bring you the stings that you want to see from Bob, because they get in. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's what you don't want.
My socks. The shoulder. What is up with that shoulder? Some beep. All right.
Edit some of that out.
Demonetized.
Yeah, demonetized.
All right. Now we can walk away and watch the carnage that's gonna happen as they land back on that box.
Yeah, look at
It won't take them long.
that. No, it won't.
Only the ones that are messing with me.
Yeah, let's go.
And they'll cool down once everything else starts cooling down. But yeah, they got me a few times. I can just do like like Hillbilly and put some Swarm Commander on.
Yeah, there you go. I'm glad to see you take one for the team, Bob.
Alright. Hey, if you're worried about getting stung as a beekeeper, you know, do I want to get stung? No. Is it going to happen like every day? Pretty much. You know. And yesterday I had that lighter shirt on.
Right.
I didn't have a problem.
Right.
But today I figured I'll go with the long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
And the only one I could find is this garnet one.
Yeah, the darker red that might be drawing them in a little bit.
Which they probably see as black, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much are, yeah.
They're fanning up here. Look at that. Going crazy fanning.
That's a nice colony, Bob, I tell you.
And that's with the Demarest. That one is slapped full of bees.
Wow. So what you doing with the little crack right here? Is that something you meant to do there?
That is something that I watched Carter Hill honeybees do.
Okay.
And he said that if you do that, it helps dehydrate the honey.
Oh, okay.
But I was having such a problem with bearding on this colony.
Right.
I thought if I did that, it would let some heat out.
That's smart. Okay, I got you.
But not so much.
Yeah.
But it was worth a try.
Right. Well, Carter, he's got a lot of good ideas. I love him.
He's a smart fella.
Yeah, he's a very smart fella.
Been doing it a long time, so. But this one here is, now they might get agitated just because this other colony's agitated.
Right.
But I'm standing in front of the door, so that don't help anything.
Yeah, that's why I walked back here in the back. Oh, hell yeah.
Now this is the top box.
It looks really good.
And that's 9 frames up top, right?
Right.
So it's nice thick honey. I'm gonna pull one. Well, I'm gonna try to pull one.
You can tell it's thick in there right now.
That's the thing. I've never done the 9 frames.
Mm-hmm.
Lee says, well, that's what I do. And
I haven't tried that yet either. I might give it a chance this year.
so that's, I don't know, probably not capped.
No, but it's pretty close.
Working on it though, right?
Yeah.
And it should be the closer to the middle.
So what are you guys getting down here right now, Bob?
$10 a pound.
$10 a pound.
That's what I get.
Well,
I mean, that's
I'm not gonna lie to you. My wife brought some of our honey down last year. Now it was clover. It was clear,
right.
and we got like $30 for a quart.
Yeah. That's actually a quart. How many quarts in a?
How many pounds in a quart?
Yeah. Or better yet, how many quarts to a gallon? 4, right?
4, yeah.
So that means if a pound of honey is 12, that means that's like 9 pounds of honey.
Yeah.
So you should have got
maybe a little more.
$90. That's why I don't do the big jars.
Oh, okay.
I'll do pints
Right.
for 15
Uh-huh.
because after that point,
Mm-hmm.
they don't expect it to go up by the weight.
Right.
And if you're getting a quart and it's 3 pounds or
You know,
3 pounds should be $30. You're right.
Containers too, so you know.
So I do a lot of 1 pound jars, but they really haven't capped this. I mean, it looks good. The comb
Oh, it
looks
looks
good.
great, yeah.
But,
It won't be long.
so that's the top box. I wonder what it's looking like below. This one's not really drawn out because I did a little bit of check. So each one of these should eventually hold 30 pounds, right?
Right.
It's got some weight to it. I'm just, because I'm lazy like that. And see, they really haven't, like this one's not drawn, this one. This is the checkerboard I did. They really haven't done much with this old frame. This is brand new foundation and they went to work. These I did not do the wax like Lee does.
Right.
Re-wax the wax frames. So let's just see what we got here. But again, this is like any honey from this colony is a bonus because it's a first-year colony.
Yeah, you just don't expect to get honey for your first
No,
year. I mean, it's like icing on the cake. It don't always happen, but when it does, it's nice.
But you can definitely tell the color of the honey compared to, yeah, what, shake test?
They've got it dehydrated down, I think, with that little crack that you was talking about there.
It seems
has
like it's doing
dehydrated
something.
down pretty good, yeah.
And I had a queen excluder on the bottom of this one, and took it off. And next box is about the same. I mean, this is lighter than the top box, right?
Yeah.
But this one looks like they're just kind of in the middle. So what'll happen is as that top one gets full, Michael, well, there won't be any work for them to do in there.
Right.
And then they'll start moving down and moving down.
I've always found they if they get on a box they like,
They just work it all the way out.
They just want to work that one all the way out. Yeah, it's hard to get them to work a lot of different sections at one time.
Well,
unless you got a monster hive like you do right here beside of it. So.
Well, this colony was stronger than that colony.
Really?
The only reason this one looks like that is because of that demo ray I did.
Okay.
And I flipped the boxes and put her back to work. At least that's my opinion. Which you know what opinions are like. We stuck to it.
Got a couple right there. Now they are drawing that one out quite nice.
Working on it.
Oh yeah, that has really got some work done on it.
And nice little wax to throw in my little wax melter over there. And if you keep these cleaned off, it won't actually stick to that other one. But they put it up here so quick. Damn, man, the titty. Oh, gosh. Holy moly, what is going on? Look at that. You see her trying to just sting through this.
Yeah, she's trying to get right through the denim, man.
Well, this is thicker, almost like Carhartt.
Yeah, it's thick. You can tell. Dang, gone, man. That hurts.
That really
That one hurts me, man.
So this one's got 9 in it too, so it's spaced out. But they're working it. Let's just get down to the next box. We can really make them mad. That's not my goal. It's really not to make them mad. But it's what the viewer likes to see. I'm just gonna set this up here. Oh, don't tell me you're in my veil. But yeah, I mean, there's one in my veil in the back of it, or on my neck. But get her. All right, thank you.
Yeah, I don't like getting someone facing off.
And so they're just drawing this up.
Yeah, it looks good too. Oh, they're really drawing a lot of cone. I didn't know this bottom hadn't been completely drawn up.
And you can see how these were checkerboarded.
Yeah.
So the wood ones were the ones that came in the nuke, right?
Right.
And then a couple other frames I pulled out of here.
I mean, they've got wax all the way out to this outside frame. I can see it right now.
Yeah, they're working it. It's not as thick on this outside as it is over here.
Right.
But they are working it. I hate to disrupt them like this because they should be really working right now. And I'm in here fooling around with them.
Look at how much they're drawing that out. That queen may be on that frame.
Yeah, I don't see any eggs out here yet. But
yeah, man, that's good for an outside frame.
But they're drawing that out, right? So typically what I would do with this is I would go ahead and just spin it right in the box.
Yeah, especially on the outside.
I mean, it's not too thick, right? And it's not going to mess them up because all they're doing is building wax and storing honey out here. So typically I would just spin this around, and I think I'm going to do that right now. At least when I put it back in. And there's so many bees in here. And they're pretty chilled now at this point. Maybe all the ones that have wanted to sting are dead now. I
think this hive is just a little bit cooler than the one beside of it.
And that could have been still bees from that colony, right? I'm still right by it.
Yeah.
All right, she has been here for sure. So we're gonna flip this around. Don't worry, Michael, this is not gonna be one I'm gonna pull frames out and make you walk with.
I think he wants to get you stung today, Mike.
He did come, he made sure he had a long shirt on.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, he's dressed
All right,
nice.
now, look at that frame.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
All laid all the way up. All the way to the corners. All the way out.
That's what you want to see. That's a perfect frame.
I mean, there's not even any pollen in here. It's just eggs and honey. That's insane.
That's the thing with a long hive, you know, you don't really get those big brood patterns like that. It's more rainbow. You know, you're getting the honey there and then the pollen and rainbow. But, you know, with these.
Now some colonies I do get just I get the rainbow, but
Yeah.
for some reason, this colony, when I got it, it had been in a nuke, like pro nuke, 2 weeks longer than it was supposed to be picked up.
Right.
And when I picked it up, it had all 5 of the nuke frames had queen cells on it. So I thought it was going to swarm. You know what? I'm just going to put this. I mean, they're doing great.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Oh, look at that though.
Oh, look at that. Got some cups on the bottom.
Let me just make sure ain't nothing in it. Don't look like nothing, but it ain't gonna be nothing either. One bee just took one for the team. But now it's got me worried.
Yeah, a lot of times I watch Cayman's thing and he'll see that and be like, just one more. Next thing you know, he's went through the whole box, you know?
Yeah, see, now I gotta get it through, right? Now it's like we don't want to be catching these babies out the tree. Look at that. Son of a gun, the bees. I probably just rolled the queen in there, you know? Just queen cups is what we're looking for. I don't see any. But she's got this laid all the way out too.
Yeah.
I mean,
that looks good.
She can go to the Bahamas now. Her work's done. No offense, but this is why I didn't come to this box to get your queen.
Come on, Bob. Now, listen at you. Yeah, what do y'all think about that, Bob? You know, he doesn't give me his best queen. He gives me one of them little sideliners.
Hey, now I will say
that come from Jose in California. I think he's saying his bees are better than Jose's, is what he's saying.
I didn't say that. Now he's definitely got the experience on me.
Yeah, he's got some experience, no doubt.
But you saw the patterns on the queen.
Oh yeah. So, I just giving you a hard time.
I didn't skimp.
No, he didn't skimp. He really did give us a great queen, and one of them, she's really good. But I mean, both queens were great though.
We'll see what happens here. But you know what? Even with that being said, I mean, honestly, it doesn't mean that when you get a queen home, she's going to do what she's doing, right?
Right.
I mean, you just never know. That's the same thing. Those queens from Jose could do great out in California, and they get here and it's 1,000 degrees and humid, and they might just say, you know what?
Not the stuff for me.
And I'm not feeling that we're going to the beach, right?
Well, you know, I really do like to get a lot of local stock, you know what I'm saying, or bees from my area that's maybe a little more cold climate. And whether that plays a part in it or not, I don't know, but I really do like to try that out.
Give that box a tote.
Oh,
You got a bad back too, don't you? Oh, it's stuck to the...
Oh, okay. I was like, man, that thing is heavy.
But it is still pretty heavy for a medium.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
Oh, wait, that one...
That next? No, that wasn't next, was it?
It don't matter.
I'd say that thing weighed at least 50 pounds, if not
We got
more.
bees everywhere. They'll figure it out for us. And then I got to step on the inner cover. This one's not that heavy, but maybe because they're both... I got these boxes like totally not squared up. It's probably an unsquare box anyway. But
yeah, that's something I tell you. I got some equipment. I won't say who it's from, and well, their boxes wasn't square, and the dovetails were getting broke. You know, they tried to hammer them together, and you know that's not what you want. You know.
bought them the same place I bought mine.
I probably did if I had a bet.
They
actually got hammered pretty good down at the hive I started.
But all of these have been eco wood. That's what this is.
Yeah.
There's no finish on it.
Yeah.
But
I just did a horizontal hive for a lady that had the eco wood. And you know, it works pretty good.
all right. Well, we're gonna step away over here. Closer, trying to get in. But see how this colony's now calmed down, Michael? It's not as bad as it was because now they're back to normal. They're like, okay, we're gonna go in and get it sorted out.
Yeah.
Tell me you don't have them queens in that hot car.
I was just thinking that.
We have dead queens, ladies and
I'd
gentlemen.
hate not to